Thank you so much everyone for cherishing these memories with us. We hope that the video could depict almost everything we did during our training at DGTR. We would like to extend our heartiest gratitude to our Director General, Mrs. Suraya Ahmed Bhatt, Director Training, Mr. Mumtaz Ali Khoso, and Principal and the whole DGTR management for making this learning memorable for us. I would now like to request our Director General DGTR, Mrs. Suraya Ahmed Bhatt, to please come and address the audience.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chairman FBR, Member Customs Operations, dear colleagues, probationary assistant collectors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the passing out ceremony of the assistant collectors of 48 CTV. Successful completion of their specialized training program is a milestone achieved by these young officers. The evening, organized by the Training Academy in the old Custom House building, the reassuring presence of their parents and close family, and the occasion raised by Chairman FBR is indeed a befitting conclusion of a year-long training activity of AC probationers of 48 CTV. Kindly allow me to highlight the salient aspects of the specialized training program completed by the officers, of which you already have had a glimpse through the video. Something about the curricula. The curricula was designed to cover all areas of capacity building, which included academics as well as extracurricular activities. The mode of training was revamped with due focus on personality development and learning soft skills of management and administration. The essential object of this specialized training has been to develop a sound knowledge base required to perform the core functions of revenue collection and protection of society. To achieve this objective, lectures on customs and related laws were arranged. Taking advantage of close proximity of the training facility with the Custom House Karachi, regular hands-on training sessions were organized in collaboration with field formations, support organizations, and reforms and automation. Here, I acknowledge the cooperation extended by our colleagues, most of them are present here, who delivered lectures and arranged on-job training sessions to teach these fresh entrants the rules of classification, valuation for correct assessment of goods. They were also groomed extensively in the area of enforcement and anti-smuggling. Through classroom lectures and field visits, awareness was created of dual-use goods, precursors, smuggling of currency, and other contraband goods. Workshops were held to give them an exposure to the practical skills of mob and media handling during anti-smuggling operations. They learned about customs' role in protection of environment and biodiversity and applying international conventions and national laws in this regard. Concurrently, the upcoming themes and strategically important customs areas of trade facilitation, global supply chain security, risk management, TIR convention, and national single window were also covered. Given the global nature of challenges these customs officers are expected to face while in field, we also gave them the exposure of international best practices. It gives me great pleasure to share that it was the second batch which was trained by World Customs Organization through international experts on important enforcement topics like seizures, evidence collection and preservation, law and prosecution. Like the previous few batches, these probationary officers were also given training on weapons handling and safety procedures in collaboration with Sindh Police. We can confidently say that these young assistant collectors are trained enough to carry the uniform properly and follow its etiquettes. During training, they have compiled a booklet on uniform etiquettes and general guidelines which is shared among the colleagues. Now, a few words addressing the assistant collectors. Your specialized training program has definitely contributed towards your personal growth, professional enrichment and skills development, which is a must to deliver effectively in the automated environment of Pakistan Customs. As you enter your professional lives, we expect you to maintain and uphold high levels of motivation, hard work, honesty, dedication and integrity. I would like to congratulate you on reviving the customs tradition of publishing the magazine Duan. I must say that with the launch of Duan 21-22, the probationers of 48 CTB have taken the magazine to another level. We will be including the highlights of the passing out ceremony and then share it with FBR and various field formations. I also laud your hard work to develop first ever booklet by Customs on uniform etiquettes. I acknowledge with respect the presence of parents and families of assistant collectors who traveled specially to attend this important event. Aap sabko mubarak ho. The Directorate General of Training and Research Customs is committed to impart quality training to customs officers. I would like to share with you that international courses for the frontline officers in collaboration of Federal Board of Revenue and WCO has also come under consideration. This will definitely improve the quality of human resource of FBR. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the faculty, field formations, who extended consistent support during the training to give maximum exposure to these young officers. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I would like to again convey my gratitude to respectable guests for gracing this occasion, and I congratulate young officers on successful completion of their training. I thank my whole team of officers and staff of the Directorate General of Training and Research as well. I express my gratitude to the Chairman FBR who was kind enough to spare time to join these young officers on this memorable day in their lives. I am also thankful to Member Customs Operations for his presence on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. Now I would like to request our Chief Guest, the Honorable Chairman, Federal Board of Revenue, Secretary Revenue Division, Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq Ahmed, to share his thoughts on this occasion.
DG Pakistan Customs Academy, Member Operations, Customs, Director Generals, Chief Collectors, young officers, ladies and gentlemen. It indeed is a pleasure for me to be here at this graceful ceremony of induction of young customs assistant collectors into our outfit, which is not only a key function of the state of Pakistan, but also a great career field. Federal Board of Revenue and by implication Pakistan Customs has always been a very, very important institution of the state. Why I'm choosing the state and not the government? Because we are not a department. We are one of the two key pillars of the state. A state is defined in terms of two monopolies, if I'm not being over philosophical. And those two monopolies are monopoly over extraction, that is the revenue collection, and monopoly over violence, which is the armed forces and the police. No state on planet Earth can exist without having two monopolies. We are therefore a function without which the state cannot hold itself. Said that, you are joining the institution at a very key juncture. This is the juncture where the institution is relocating itself on the geography of statecraft in Pakistan. We used to be a revenue collection agency back then, no more. Now the state of Pakistan, the government keeps looking unto us for almost every affair of it. Be that smuggling, which is our core function, to if the oxygen goes out during COVID days, and foreign sustainability, exchange rate maintenance, price stabilization, and of course, keeping the commodities the supply of essential commodities in the market at a decent level. The government is in fact now reorienting itself as far as Federal Board of Revenue is concerned. You are also joining this institution at a very, different time in its history, to which Mrs. Bhatt also alluded to. We are going digital, and we are going digital big time. VWalk was order of the day. We are rolling it out to our borders in every length and breadth of the country. The process is in the final phases of completion. PSW, it's going to be the new big thing on the horizons. With PSW, we are going to integrate over 70 odd different departments, and we are going to change the life of the businessman, which in turn would change the entire landscape of trade, import and export in Pakistan. Young officers, with this, I'm sure you'll have few anxieties in your mind. One would be probably your postings. Yes, your posting plan is in the making, and it will be rolled out in a day or two as soon as we get back. We want our young officers to be out of their comfort zone. We want you to prepare for big challenges. There used to be times when everybody would be placed at his or her own choice station. And hard areas would be left for, some people, some disgruntled elements, some promoted officers, some officers who were to be punished. I guess that has not done any good to the institution, and that's on both sides, in fact, in both services. we have changed the entire paradigm. Last week we posted IRS officers, 40 odd of them, and they were sent to all over, all Bhavalpurs and Sahiwals and Quetas and Sakkars, Hyderabad. Nobody was sent to, major cities where they had opted for. It's not that we want to punish them or we want to, keep them in any kind of difficulty. It's only that we want to prepare them for harder times. More importantly, when you go in harder areas, you learn to manage things on your own, where there are no more grown-ups around. So, brace for the impact. Prepare yourself for tough postings. It's also important that when you grow in your careers, you grow, and then in your family life, you move to administrations. But short of that, of course, we want you to have your career plans in the best possible way. I think your DG, Sabha, has done a fantastic job. One of the best officers we have. She was up for elevation for a long time. But I thought first she should complete the batch. She should complete her tenure with this batch, and then she could be moved. And for all practical purposes, this happens to be her last day at the academy, and then she would be, assuming much more important responsibility at the head office. And congratulations, madam. With you, moving to your new work postings, you have bigger challenges, of course. And on that, I wish you best of luck, and I want you to succeed in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the valuable message. It will surely help us in our professional lives ahead. And now, it's the time for the performance pledge. I would request Assistant Collectors of 48th Common to come forward for the performance pledge. I would now like to request our Honorable Chief Guest for administering the performance pledge.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent.
I, do hereby solemnly pledge. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the state of Pakistan. And I acknowledge that the rights and well-being of the people of Pakistan are linked to states' revenues, of which I am custodian and answerable for. And that I will work in accordance with the laws and rules made thereunder. I will always work in the interest of the sovereignty, well-being, and prosperity of Pakistan. And I further affirm that I will uphold the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And dedicatedly strive towards optimal collection of revenues. and will guard the economic frontiers of Pakistan,
and will guard the economic frontiers of Pakistan,
and that
and that
as an officer of Federal Board of Revenue,
as an officer of Federal Board of Revenue,
Pakistan Customs Service,
Pakistan Customs Service,
I will honestly discharge my duties
I will honestly discharge my duties
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my abilities,
knowledge and judgment,
knowledge and judgment,
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
and that I will not allow
and that I will not allow
any personal interest
any personal interest
to influence my official conduct
to influence my official conduct
or, or my official decision,
or my official decisions,
and that
and that
I will not directly or indirectly
I will not directly or indirectly
communicate or reveal to any person
communicate or reveal to any person
any matter known to me
any matter known to me
as an officer of Government of Pakistan,
as an officer of Government of Pakistan,
Pakistan Customs Service,
Pakistan Customs Service,
except as may be required
except as may be required
for the discharge of my duties,
for the discharge of my duties,
that I will abide by the code of conduct
that I will abide by the code of conduct
issued by Federal Board of Revenue
issued by Federal Board of Revenue
and Government of Pakistan.
and the Government of Pakistan.
May Allah guide
May Allah guide
and me in this endeavor.
and aid me in this endeavor.
Amen.
Amen.
Assistant collectors under training wear one shoulder rank when they join DGTR, and they receive their second rank on successful completion of their STP. So let's move towards the ranking ceremony, where the assistant collectors will receive their second ranks. For that, I will request our Honorable Chief Guest, Chairman FBR, Member Customs Operations, Director General DGTR, along with the Director Training to please come downstairs. And all assistant collectors to move forward in the order their name will be called. Assistant Collector Mr. Hasib Hassan. Assistant Collector Ms. Sara Batul. Assistant Collector Mr. Muhammad Usman Ashraf. Assistant Collector Ms. Aksa Abbasi. Assistant Collector Mr. Shahryar Wasim. And now is the time for the certificate distribution, for which I would request our Honorable Chief Guest to distribute the certificates among the Assistant Collectors of 48th Common. Assistant Collector Mr. Hasib Hassan. Assistant Collector Ms. Sara Batul. Assistant Collector Mr. Muhammad Usman Ashraf. Assistant Collector Ms. Aqsa Abbasi. Assistant Collector Mr. Shahryar Wasim. Assistant Collector Syed Imtiaz Hussain. Assistant Collector Ms. Fariha Abbas. Thank you very much, sir. Now moving towards the last activity of today's ceremony, I would request our Director General DGTR, Mrs. Suraya Ahmed Bhatt, to present the souvenir to the Honorable Chief Guest, Chairman, Federal Board of Revenue. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Directorate General of Training and Research, I extend my gratitude to our esteemed Chief Guest, Senior Officers and dear relatives of the Assistant Collectors. We are thankful to you. Now I would request our Director Training to guide the Chief Guest for a group photo with the Assistant Collectors.